Okay, so first of all, this bar they send you in the kit with the replacement of this, and this is the one I just got through putting on this side. Did it totally with zip ties and this thing right here, that's all. But first you gotta take this off completely, and there's two, one's a little curved here, and that one's straight. This one's straight. You use the straight edge, and you gotta pop this rubber cap off first. You just go around and wiggle it like that, it comes off. It just snaps on. This is 3/4, and you got an inside of 5/8. Take that off. 5/8 on the inside, 3/4 on the outside, and take that off. I know I should be holding the handle on the end, but it's awkward as all get out. It's falling off. This way it makes it easier for me to hold the socket in place. And it's a little wearisome, takes a little, strength to do it, but anything worth doing is worth doing well. But this is a wheelchair I got from Amazon. Sure enough, it's been like 10 years. My daughter used it, and the rubber dry rotted off. I mean, it just cracked all over the place. See, so this comes off. Take that off, and we'll go to the next step. Set this to the side, bring this with you. Like I said, that was a 5/8 nut, and this 3/4 bolt. Okay, so on my other tire, like I said, sorry about the noise, but I use this many tie wraps. They sent me 7 of them, but you need a lot more. So I went ahead and bought me a whole new pack of zip ties, because don't be worried about using too many. The more the better. You won't have to use that instrument you seen on those other videos. You can do it just with them zip ties and this bore, which I'm about to show you. So, first of all, you want to get your tires up here. On top, put one zip tie, hold the first one in place, and kind of like, make it go around on the inside. It doesn't really matter as long as it's holding it on there. It's going to be a little tight. It doesn't matter which way the zip tie gets put on. There's a backwards way, and it will mess up. All right, so you get one started. Come over here, put another one on. And I left this out in the sun so it would heat up. And a nice bright sunny day like it is, I'm sure you're not always going to have a bright sunny day, but you can heat it up. It makes the rubber more flexible, more stretchable, easier to work with. Don't really mean you have to have it, just need more tie wraps. But yeah, just keep putting these tie wraps one at a time. So pretty soon you're gonna find it's gonna start getting tighter and tighter. You can leave them a little bit tight, and go to the next one. Try to get all your trash out. Make sure it stays a little bit clean on the groove. And this, like I said, the closer we get to the point where it's going to be really tight, the more tie wraps you're going to go per distance between each other. And I'm a do-it-yourselfer, as you can tell. And that's why I want to share it with y'all, because I can tell, man, that they wanted me to have to go buy this tool that seemed like it would go in the center here and do something on the outside. But I'm a little bit of a mechanic on my own. I am a mechanic, and so yeah, it gets a little harder here now. It starts getting tighter and harder to stretch. You just got to kind of work it little by little. See, when it starts to get to where it gets harder to put over, you just kind of work it together. You kind of feel it for yourself. But yeah, see, here it is now. It's starting to get a little bit tougher. Where I had it before, it's starting to, but you just keep working it. And then it's getting tougher and tougher now. And I found that if you go like point to point, use your hand to vise it, kind of hold it in place. And as long as you can get that tie wrap started, you can get it, you know, fairly well going. And just go back to where it was and start popping it back in place. When it starts doing this, that's where I noticed I need to put more tie wraps in between. So, and making this one tighter. So what I do is I go back to in between, put two of them, another one in between, so they'll hold better. And notice that groove is kind of like it's got a spot where it's got to have that groove goes into, I don't know, the concave of the rubber goes into the, and you want to try to make that go inside like that. It gives you more room to put this up. But yep, slowly but surely, and this one started popping off too. So like I said, don't be shy with using as many tie wraps as you possibly think you need, because it's going to save you a lot of heartache and not have to use that instrument, that tool. And go back and tighten the ones you had so they will be in place better. And yeah, just keep going around and around, and soon enough you're going to feel it getting closer and closer. You're going to know that you're stretching it as far as you can. It would help kind of if these tie wraps are a little longer too. Maybe when you buy some, get some that are a little longer than these, because you got to be very careful. Go back and forth, hair, and squeezing it to get this thing close enough to at least get a couple clicks like that. Now they're getting it like that. I don't have to totally keep going, because I'm gonna work it back and forth, And it doesn't matter if you go around this side or not. It's just that I don't, because these tie wraps ain't long enough, and I'm trying to make it as much room as I can. Get these tie wraps clicking. And once I start getting them clicking, I'm actually doing some stretching. So now I've gotten it kind of like a trampoline. If you ever had to put a trampoline together, you would do it like this. In fact, on a trampoline, you'll use a rope to kind of get it all stretching together. But as I go, little by little, start tightening them up, little by little, and getting as many as I think I need in here to make that pop in place. Believe me, it's a whole lot more closer than it ever would be if I, and see how I just keep grabbing it and tighten up these tie wraps, little by little. It stretches the whole thing and gives you that. Now it's going to come up to the point where I've met up with the edge of this ring, and that's where the bore actually comes into place, because you don't want that to be too tight, because you're gonna have to flip this. And I'm gonna use this curved spot. See how that curved spot is? I'm gonna go in like this. Now this is a little tough. Once you get it on there like that, then that curved spot grabs this edge and allows you to push it over. And you just want to take your hand and push it all over like that. Then hold it. And then take it to your next step. And it is a willy. doing it yourself is not going to be totally easy, but as you can see, that curve edge holds it for me. So I can go to the next step. And voila, it's starting to fall into place little by little. It's like you can see that edge, it wants to go into the groove more and more, so it locks in place. And then yeah, you can tighten up your tie wraps a little bit, and come back over here and get another bite. And there you go, locked in with that groove. Put it on over. That snapping in place. That's golden sound for you. It means you just pushed over a whole lot of pressure right there. Now tighten the tie wraps back up. Let go. Kind of holding it in place so it doesn't fall back out. Go to my next spot. And I kind of twist the bar a little bit. And it does take a little muscle, I can tell you that. But once you get it in there, you just, like I said, that technique keeps popping it back in place. And so now I can tighten that tie wrap up and that one a little bit more and go to the next one. Which you can see, I'm almost there. And this is the spot that really gets a lot of people because they think, oh my God, I can never get past that point. But you can if you do it like this with all these tie wraps. And I think I got at least 14 or 15 of them on there. And like I said, I wasn't keeping count because I was just watching all of them going on there. But here's the last one. And when I finally get through with this one, boom. That's it. See? Now you can tell it's on there. These tie wraps are getting ready to come off. I'm gonna cut them off, but you'll see that groove. You just want to keep oozing or squeezing it from where it looks like it begins, and it ends up going in that groove spot that locks it in place. Either side. And you just keep working it like that. You could probably take it off and then just, when you put it on the wheelchair, but there it is. It's just snapped into place. And now I'll just take all these other ones and cut them loose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I used less than I thought it was going to be. But there you go. That baby is on there. And this is what the old looked like. This is why I replaced it. Because it was gotten dry rotted and old like that. But you can see there's a piece of rope or cable in between there. I don't know if you can really see it, but it's something that is nylon, or maybe it's cable or mesh or something. It's pretty tough. That's what you really stretch them hard too. But you'll notice the whole edge is all in there like it should. And now I'm gonna put it back on the wheelchair. They're ready to roll. On there, about to finish it back up, tighten it all back down. 3/4 socket. And my 5/8 self locking washer is what they call it. It's got a ending on it. It's got Neil polymer, something type of stuff that keeps it from backing off. Self-locking nut. Just put it on there. Tighten it up. Not too tight, just right. And then put the cap back on. And that's that. Okay, now we get the other side. It's rock and roll time. And that's it, my friends. Now, wheel replacement is done. And no more bumping. Wheels are replaced, or the tire section has been replaced. Hope you liked the video. You don't have to subscribe. I know if you want to, you can. I know if you like it, give me a thumbs up or give me comments. But I just want to share with y'all how there's another way of doing it yourself.